Hello Virgo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we begin with the Hierophant. You're somebody with a lot of life experience, you know. I think that you kind of feel like an old soul, you know. I feel that you've been through so much in life, and you've endured so much, and I hate to use the word, but you've survived so much. Other people can't help but seek your wisdom and seek your advice and seek your guidance. Yeah, I feel like you're a teacher of some kind, maybe literally in a school or university, but maybe a little bit more subtle. I feel like you impart knowledge and wisdom to those around you. Maybe you don't see it that way, maybe you do. Maybe this is formal, maybe it's very informal, but I feel like you're a teacher. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you have family members that come to you for advice and guidance. Maybe it's a little bit more general than that. Maybe you're just kind of always, people are always asking you how to do something, and then you'll kind of show them, and that's that. But it's a lot of different things, so maybe it doesn't solidify that, yeah, hey, you are a teacher, But I feel like you know how to do a great many things, and people need your help. They need your wisdom. I wonder if this Hierophant is really talking about you becoming aware of that within yourself, and maybe doing something a little bit more formal with that. Yeah, let's see. Let's put this card into some context. Let's do some more digging here. So we've got our Hierophant. We've got our Eight of Wands there. We got our Princess of Wands. We got a Nine of Pentacles. Very nice. And we've got now two Taurus energies. Hierophant is Taurus, and the fixed earth of the Prince of Pentacles is also a Taurus energy. So strong Taurus influence here. And then, yes, of course, the Transcendence, the gateway of the Eon card, the Judgment card, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire, right? More fire here. Wheel of Fortune. Oh yes, this is a good move. The move you're making is going to be a great one. The Universe card and yes, and the Nine of Cups. This is the month. This is the moment. This is the month. This is the day. Everything changes for you, because I think that you are coming to this realization about yourself through this Hierophant energy. That I think it's I think you're getting this revelation of like what you're meant to be doing. And it feels like it has something to do with helping others or teaching others, or being some kind of a holder of wisdom. Let's keep digging. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here. We're going to put Mr. Ed, our tiny horse, right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments down below. Let's do it together. Let's do it as a group exercise. All right. Let's take a look at what we have. We've got our major. We've got our standard of 4 major arcana energies. That's good. We've got a lot of fire here. A lot of fire right here. And what I've noticed here with fire, 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 earth, earth, earth. And to me, fire and earth, especially when we have equal numbers of those cards. 3 fire, 3 earth, right? I'm just looking around. Yeah, that's accurate. We have our majors. We have, of course, our, well, well, I guess we're maybe not. Well, yeah, no, I don't know. Let's see. Because this is an earth energy. It's Taurus. This is a fire energy, right? So we kind of have a little bit more fire. Then this is earth too, right? So I think we do have an equal number even when we look at it with the major arcana. That's the creative force, right? The fire to earth, that's the power of manifestation. So this is really good. This is telling me that your efforts right now are going to be successful. The only issue is we've got to use this 8 of Wands. We've got to pick a direction and stick to it. Okay, this is kind of where we're getting antsy. We got the jazz hands here with this card. We need to just sort of pick a door and go. Okay, and whatever it's going to be is going to be successful. It is going to lead you to this wheel of fortune and the 9 of Cups. Really, really good. This is the month everything changes for you. Okay, so we've got our majors. We've got fire, fire, fire. And fire here. We've got earth, 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 and earth. We've got a little bit of water. We don't have any swords cards. We don't have any air. Okay. And the lack of air, I think, is kind of the issue right now. We need the plan, right? Because we've got this 8 of Wands. We know we want to do something. And I think you're getting this sort of realization, this prompting from Spirit, this revelation, this flash of light, that's kind of giving you this certainty or this aha moment or this light bulb moment. You know what you need to do. You know what you're supposed to be doing in life. You know what your destiny is. And now we just sort of have this nervous energy, this frantic, almost anxious energy because we want to get started on this. We want to do it. I know what I need to do now. I need to do it quick, quick, quick. We've got to pick a direction. Okay. And especially with something like the Hierophant. It can manifest in so many different ways, What is this path going to be? Are you literally going to, become a teacher? Is this offering some other sort of help to other people? Maybe this is like a motivational speaking kind of thing. Maybe this is doing some kind of even healthcare or nursing or something like this. Maybe you're going to be moving into the mental health area of life. It could be all sorts of things, right? But you realize what it is that you need to do to sort of help the world. Yeah. To take what you have and what you know and what you've been through and give it away. Give it to others. Share it to make other lives better, to increase the joy and pleasure and the healing of the world. One person at a time, or one classroom at a time even. But we have to pick the direction, right? And we have to make the decision to go through this fiery doorway that we see in our midst. So with all of this excitement, there needs to be a plan figured out. And it could be a game plan, it could be an educational plan, it could be you got to pick your courses at the college or whatever so that you can progress in this new way, right? And I don't know if it's anything like that maybe you don't need any further training, or I feel like you know how to apply your gift and your talents and your experience in your life. You know what you need to do, and I think it's something that's going to have a very large impact on your finances. All the earth energy, but we got the Wheel of Fortune too, right? I think this is something that it's just like, oh, wow, it's perfect. It's going to help me. It's going to improve my life. It's going to give me something to do that's going to generate the income. It's going to have all this satisfaction for me personally, but it's also something that the world needs. It's going to help other people. It's something that it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Right? The Princess of Wands underneath the surface. You're not usually an impulsive person. So you get this flash of the idea. Maybe you had it in a dream, right? Maybe you just saw something on TV that like sparked something, or someone said something to you and you said, wait a minute, I know what I need to do now, But you're not an impulsive person, so you're not someone that's just going to drop everything and run through the door. You like to have a plan. You like to think things through. You're a very practical person. This is not a very practical card. This is an impulsive card. This is a card that sometimes can get into trouble, setting little fires everywhere. Starts a lot of things and then says, I didn't mean to do that. And you don't want to be that person, So I think that there's a hesitation right now. We need to formulate that plan. We need to have maybe the mental clarity. I feel like you have this sort of spiritual, impulsive energy there. The spirit of the thing is here, but we just need the mental clarity and some sort of a plan about what the next steps are. Okay. We've got a 9. The 9 of Pentacles in the background is very interesting. This is a card of progress, of gain. Kind of what I see it as, because it's in the background, is that it's kind of leading you up to this Hierophant energy. Okay? And so I think that this is you, and this is something that you're going to have to sort of use your spiritual vision, or even if we had some swords cards, use that intellectual energy to sort of think back in your past to this. But I think everything that you've done in life, let's say every job you've had, every decision you've made ultimately, has slowly been building you up to this Hierophant energy. The Hierophant is kind of the master. It's kind of saying that's what you're really good at. This is your thing. This is what you like. And it's kind of, sometimes it feels like a shock, right? When we suddenly realize what we've been doing our whole lives and what we're good at, And so I think when you look back at your history, you'll see that everything that you've ever done has slowly been building you up to this level. Until now it feels like you're masterful. You're a virtuoso at something, right? With this Hierophant energy, it's a recognition of your own proficiency at this particular thing. I don't know what it is. But everything that you've done in your life, no matter how disjointed it may have seemed, no matter how random things get, everything has kind of been adding to this Hierophant energy, It's like even just the random facts that you've learned in your life, those random jobs that you've had, or just things that interests that you've had that kind of fizzle out after a while, and it's just, it's fun, but, not for the long term. Like all of those things have all been building you up in a certain way. And now I think you are really coming into your true self. Okay, now I know this isn't the Hermit card. It's not your power card. But it is a very fixed earth energy. And to me, it feels that this is an identification that is not, it's not fading away. Okay, it's something that you've been building up over time, probably through a lot of these impulsive and random things, and almost in an unconscious way. It'd be a useful practice for you to sort of look back over your life. Let's say, look back over every job you've ever had and see what the trend is. See how everything that you've ever done, from the general to the very specific, has been slowly building you up into the person that you are today. It's almost, I feel that it's going to appear as if everything has happened for a reason. That every choice, every different path you've taken, every twist and turn of your life almost feels like it was meant to be that way. All the random turns and U-turns and, the roundabouts that I hate roundabouts. All those things have been very purposeful, right? And almost been guided by an unseen hand, The Prince of Pentacles at the top, this shows kind of the opposite of the Princess of Wands, right? Princess of Wands, setting a lot of fires, starting a lot of things here and there, not really making much progress before abandoning them and onto something else. This is the energy that does not abandon. This is the energy that doesn't fizzle out, right? This is the hardworking, persistent energy that sticks with it. This is the builder. This is the one that shows up every day and does the hard labor, So it's contrasted very much with, and it's a fire and earth contrast here. And it's very interesting when we look at these cards, right? Because right here in the middle, we have fire and earth. What do we have on the other sides? Fire and earth, fire and earth. What do we have over here? Fire and earth. The only thing that's not fire and earth is, of course, the prosperity, the abundance, and the joy and happiness arising from all of this fire and earth, right? So it really has been showing that you've been manifesting this life for a long time, even perhaps unbeknownst to yourself, okay? And I think this is the moment, this is the month where it dawns on you. I'm expecting for the mystery card, the High Priestess or the Sun card, because this is the moment where everything suddenly makes sense. It's like it just all is just so clear. How did I not see it before, Now we need the air energy, the swords cards to start putting things together, figuring things out, writing the business plan, doing the paperwork, whatever it is. So maybe maybe a 6 of swords for the mystery card over here. But all these fire and earth combinations, this show that everything is about this sort of manifestation, right? Fire to earth, it's that electrical current of manifestation. Yeah. But the builder up here, this is that very consistent energy that can lock into something and will continue doing it until it is fulfilled, right? So very different from the impulsive Princess of Wands. And like I said, you don't want to be the Princess of Wands. This isn't really you. But in this situation, it almost feels like you kind of have to follow that impulse, and not be sort of spinning around in a circle, tap dancing on the shag carpet. We've got to just push it in a direction. We've got to just turn it and push it forward, right? And then, of course, we lock in, and we become this very fixed earth energy, and it's something that we commit to. Very consistent energy. This one doesn't quit, doesn't give up, shows up every day, ready to work. And what you're working toward is a complete new reality. Going through this doorway. This is a divine doorway. We're going to do a divine doorway card. It is the doorway of fire, okay? And it is leading you to a new universe, a new reality, a new future. It is a conscious decision where you have to push yourself through that doorway if you're going to get to this. And this is nice. It's like you're pushing yourself out, and it's a little scary, okay? Here's our divine doorway. Begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now, here. Right? Begin here. This is the beginning of it. This is taking that first step into this new life, this new reality. Okay? Doing what you now know or feel or have had that vision, spiritual vision, right, of what you've kind of always been doing, what you're supposed to be doing in life, And this is the beginning right here. And the fiery doorway is, of course, a doorway of fire, right? It's not going to be easy because we have to sort of close the door on other things. So there might be some things that you have to let go of in order to get through this. Begin here. This is the first step, making the decision to go through this doorway. It means that you're closing the door on your previous chapter of life. Okay? And that's why I say, this is the month, that everything changes. It may not be the day, right? Because, Rome wasn't built in a day, for one thing. But it also might take you more than a day to sort of get everything arranged, so that you can take this leap, right? So we give it a month. We say, we're going to take we don't have to do it all in one night, creation took 7 days or whatever, or 6 days. So beginning here, I think, is going to strip away everything that is not essential to you. So really what it's doing is it's revealing your true essence. Okay, because going through this doorway, it's kind of like all the expectation, all the earth energy really is being stripped away. Everything that we thought we were, or any of our prejudices, biases, any of our preconceived notions, anything that's not essentially us is being stripped away when we go through this doorway. Now it's going to be rebuilt on the other side, but it's stripping us down to our very essence, the very core identity of who you are, and that, of course, is the Three of Wands. This is your core identity, right? Kind of identifying as this pure creative spirit, right? That we're then going to we're then going to be clothed in our true form, right, on the other side of this doorway. You know, it's kind of like, well, we've got to take the old clothes off before we can put the new clothes on. Yeah, we're not just putting another shirt on top of another shirt every day. I don't think that's how we do it. But let's talk about the path of the serpent and how we're clothing our spirit in this new reality. And as we talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything. And it supports the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Spirit is saying to keep an eye on your spending right now. Okay? I don't know if you've been shopping a lot lately or whatever, but we're going to need to gather the resources. Right? Let's hang on to what we have for right now. Okay? Going through this doorway, I think is going to, we're kind of stripping things down to the essentials in a way. And so we're perhaps in a very practical way. I know we said we're stripping everything down to our pure spiritual essence, our ultimate spiritual identity, yes. But in a practical way, I think we're looking at our lives, we're getting rid of anything that we don't really need right now because we're trying to channel all of our creative force toward this new endeavor, right? So we're looking for leakages of energy, okay? So financial resources, of course, we're trying to just sort of plug the holes there so we can have, everything that we need until we know what we need, Until you know how much something is going to cost, well, better save your money. Just so you make sure you have enough, right? Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised and it won't be so expensive. We'll have some money left over, and that's always good. But the same with the emotional and intellectual energies. So are you wasting a lot of time in other entanglements? Are you involved in a lot of drama? Right? I know that I said at the beginning that a lot of people come to you for help and assistance, and you're always showing people how to do things and imparting your knowledge and wisdom and expertise to other people, which is a very, very good thing. I wonder if you have to sort of close that up a little bit, tighten that up, so that you can conserve some of your own emotional, intellectual energy and spiritual, creative energy, and of course the physical, financial energy. Okay. Your essential nature is this Three of Wands. You are a pure light of consciousness, a pure flame of divine energy. Okay? And I think that it's split into three, right? The Trinity is really a unity. This is basically the Ace of Wands, but we split it up into three pieces so that we can observe it. And this is you able to look at yourself and look at your path, look at what you're doing, and confirm your course. I'm trying to find an analogy for like physics or something like that, because it's kind of like this is your position, direction, and velocity or something like that. I don't know what am I trying to say? You're looking at your movement, and you're getting the measurements, right? So this is whatever the angle, and it's the whatever I need somebody in the audience to help me out here. It's not position and trajectory and velocity or speed or something. It's those three components that sort of mark the three measurements for motion. I don't know what they are. I'm bad at that sort of thing. But we're getting those measurements. In other words, we're analyzing what it is we're going to do. We're identifying with it, and we're confirming. It's like we're at NASA or whatever, and we're given flight the numbers, and flight says, okay, it's a go. And that's what we're doing here. We're analyzing our will, and we're confirming that it is right and good. This is the card of virtue. This is how we know we're doing the right thing. Okay? We're checking the measurements, and we're getting the confirmation. Everything's a go. Yeah, this card is the card that says just do it. Yeah, it's flight giving you the A-OK, the go-ahead. Yeah, sort of the green light in a way. And from there, we begin the process. Now we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the position of the environment, and this is really you having faith in your talents, knowing that everything, knowing that as this wheel begins to spin, right? Everything is sort of like I don't know. Again, here I am with the sort of physics and sciencey metaphors that I don't quite understand today. This is something that spins so fast it starts to attract things to it. I don't know what that is. It could be the conservation of energy. You know, as things spin, they tend to sort of go into their center, right? So they can spin faster. But anyway, I think that this is a magnetism in your life, where the more you sort of trust in the process and you immerse yourself in this new universe, you're going to be as a magnet to the things that you need in life. Now, I feel with this card too that lately even you sort of felt like you've been at the bottom of the wheel, you know, in between the rubber and the road, sort of getting ground up. That's all changing. Okay, that's all changing. So this is kind of why we had to leave behind our old garments, because we're receiving new garments. And it is, I think this is a new, it almost feels like a new costume, a new outfit to clothe our pure spirit. Okay? And really, this is a lot of financial increase. This is a lot of abundance. This is a life that is expanding and growing and thriving and flourishing, and things are being built up, right? It's an upward energy. But it requires your faith, your hope, and your trust to make this work. That's what spins the wheel, right? Faith, hope, and trust. The difficulty here, of course, is the vast, infinite universe, the cold and lonely and infinite outer space, right? So we're going into a new universe. We're going through this doorway into a new reality, into a new universe. And, well, yeah, it seems at first that it might be sort of cold and dark and scary and lonely, right? Whatever this new, if this is you starting a new sort of career path or educational path or starting this new life. Maybe it's in a new place. Maybe you're doing new work. Whatever it is, whatever this is exactly. At the beginning, it may feel like you're a stranger in a strange land, like that you don't know anybody. Nothing looks familiar. And this scares us, right? We think of the vast universe, and we're just lonely in outer space floating around. It's gives me the willies. But what we need to realize is that this may seem like a very empty and barren place, but the more we adjust our eyes, the more we get comfortable here, the more we'll see that there's life everywhere. The more that we're sort of, it's like you have this gravitas to your energy now, and everything is coming. It's like you are, you're bending the fabric of space-time and creating this intense gravity that everything you need is coming toward you. Okay, so this universe right now, it feels very big and very empty. It's going to tighten up, It's going to, things are going to feel a lot closer. Things are going to feel more connected. You're going to see the life everywhere. The universe is not empty, It's teeming with life and energy and light and consciousness. Yeah. So this is, this will improve. This is you sort of, again, bringing everything that you need closer to you. Yeah, everything is being sort of, everything's in harmony, especially these two cards together. It's saying as the wheel turns, the harmony, it's kind of the harmony of the spheres, Everything is going to just create this wonderful dance and this wonderful music. And you're going to see that it's all sort of coming toward you, and it's becoming very close, and it's becoming very connected. It always has been connected, but you're going to recognize that. Everything's going to come together, right? In a very practical way, everything that you need, people, places, things, the resources are going to be there when you need them. Here it seems like it's empty, right? No, it's full. It's full, and you're going to have everything that you need. Okay. The beauty of all this, of course, is the Nine of Cups at the end. That's the dream that keeps on dreaming. That's the happiness that keeps on happening. This is abundance and fulfillment on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative planes. This is you following your bliss. Right? This is you living this new life. I don't know the details. The details are going to change as you evolve, as you grow. As you continue this power of manifestation, it's not about the manifested. It's not about the things that you're producing. It's about the effort, the work, the joy and beauty and bliss of the process of manifestation. Just like the 9, right? We have a 9 of Pentacles and a 9 of Cups. It's the process that feels so good, not the product. Products are okay, yeah. I mean, you have a craving for, a taco, and then you get the taco, and the taco's good, and it satisfies that, but it's not the taco itself that brings you the joy. It's the process of going and getting it and eating it, I don't know if that's a good, maybe I'm just hungry. So the joy really is in the verb, not in the noun. Yeah. And this is the dream that keeps on dreaming, right? This is going to continue. This is a way of life. This is your new universe within which you are operating and acting and creating continuously. And that's where the joy and satisfaction is. This is something that's going to help you financially, physically, and in this creative, emotional, intellectual space. We do need the air energy to start to plan and have some kind of a roadmap to go by a little bit. We need a bit of a map of the stars here. So let's look at the mystery card. Maybe we'll get some air energy. Again, I think maybe it's the Sun card, or the 6 of Swords, or the star itself, I think would be good too. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is, well, it's a lot of things. The Ace of Wands is, first of all, you picking a direction here and committing to it, going forward in one of these directions. I feel like there's so many different options. You have this now, this realization of who you are and what you are, but there's so many different ways that you could express that. This is you picking one and going. Whichever one you pick is going to be golden, right? It's also the confirmation of the 3 of Wands that we had. Because I said the Trinity is a unity, right? So this is our examination of our trajectory. And this is now flight saying it's a go. Okay, we're putting this back together, and it becomes just pure movement. Okay, so this is you going through this doorway, and it says it begins here. This is the moment. This is the month. Everything changes. And now we say a moment, it doesn't have to again be like that, right? And I say a moment or a month, right? Intentionally, because I feel that this is something that it may be a slow going through that doorway, right? It might not just be overnight. It could be something that takes a few days, So don't, keep things in perspective. I really wish we had a little bit of air energy, but we'll check in the extended reading, which we're going to do right now. If you want to watch it, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Virgo, Tuesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you don't want to watch the extendeds here, you can watch them on the website, doveandserpenttarot.com. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and when you're here, you're family.